Everybody loves dogs, and everybody loves raising dogs. And if you've had the opportunity to raise your own, well, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is my puppy, who I still have with me, and she's everything to me. And it's just amazing to see what it's like for a puppy to grow up from having them at 8 weeks to having them at almost 2 years right now. But sadly, the harsh reality is not every puppy gets to live that, as some are mistreated and abused and abandoned. Like this beautiful babe in a shelter, and she's whimpering, crying. She doesn't want to move from the corner as she just lost her owner, and she has no idea why. She did nothing wrong, yet she has to deal with having to try to find a new home. And although it's mainly pit bulls that get abandoned like this one, it's not them only. As you can see in this video, somebody saw an opportunity to sadly get rid of their dog, and they took full advantage of it, and the dog doesn't even know. The dog looks like he seems to be enjoying himself or herself, as the owner clearly does not care and just decides to abandon them for whatever reason. And sadly, this is the biggest problem, one of the biggest problems in America that is not exactly ignored, but not exactly not ignored at the same time, if that makes much sense. Obviously, people care about dogs. They love dogs. Almost majority of homes, almost 70% of homes in America have dogs. However, volunteering at shelters and donating money isn't going to save these puppies or these dogs that deal with this abuse day in and day out for no apparent reason, as their owners think they are nothing more than accessories and not a family member. The President of the United States, Donald Trump, has bigger problems to deal with, like the legalization of marijuana in the United States, or putting kids in cages. I'm sorry, I meant Border Patrol, not putting kids in cages, my apologies, and making the Supreme Court Republican again. However, America loves dogs too much to let this abuse continue anymore. Not only do children love them, people of all ages love them despite mood or attitude towards anything else. Dogs are just lovable beings, regardless of your current mood or attitude or behavior towards whatever. Which is why I believe making dog abuse punishable by law is far past overdue. Speaking of laws, the Humane Society of the United States has been one of the most successful organizations in protecting dogs and not only rescuing them after the abuse, but also pushing for laws to stop the abuse. In 2018 alone, the Humane Society helped create over 204 state and local laws against dog abuse. The Humane Society is taking steps in the right direction in creating and pushing for more laws to be created to protect and defend animals prior to the abuse that they are used to. Instead of spending money on funding shelters and other events to save and help animals, money needs to be spent on helping organizations seek out those dog abusers. So as stated earlier, America has the largest percentage of homeowners with a pet, 90 million of those pets being dogs. So approximately 7.6 million animals are in shelters every year, and 3.9 million of those animals are dogs. And 694,000, according to the Humane Society, 694,000 of those dogs are strays. And roughly half of that 694,000 are returned to their owners. And the worst out of them all, approximately 1.2 million of those dogs are put down every year because they cannot find a home. Although this is a tad bit off subject, it still relates to dogs in general. So, according to the American Humane Association, the main reason why people are giving away their animals is because their apartments or their homes don't allow dogs. However, with new laws, that can change. And quite possibly the second worst stat is the second most popular reason that people are giving away their animals, according to the American Humane Association, is because they just don't have enough time for their dogs, which is probably one of the worst reasons somebody gave away their dog. All right, so I talked a little bit earlier about how the Humane Society has already passed laws regarding dogs. However, lots of those laws, a little under half, aren't actually protecting dogs. They're just enabling dogs to go more places with humans, like service dogs. They're able to go to the mall. They're able to go shopping or grocery stores. They're able to go to restaurants with their owners. And while all those laws that help dogs are actually very nice for people that need service animals, they aren't getting the job done. They aren't protecting animals, which is what America needs. Everybody claims to love animals. Everybody says, everybody donates to charity. Everybody volunteers. However, we need people with bigger voices out there to stand up and protect dogs. So if we as a country can't get a law passed to protect dogs nationwide, at least us in Texas can give our best efforts to push those bills into Congress, into the House of Representatives, and get those bills in front of people that can change the law and give dogs the protection they deserve. To conclude, dogs are a major part of American people's lives, and we as a nation need to come together to give dogs the protection they deserve and start making dog abuse punishable by law.